This season's holiday travel is coming to a close. Mother Nature made it a bit of a challenge for this home stretch. This weekend, we saw the tornado outbreak that you were just talking about across the south and across the northeast. We were hit with the rain, and we're watching some snow out there as well. How many Americans are trying to make sense of it all during this rush?
Adam Duckworth joins us now. He is the president and founder of Travelmation. So good to see you, Adam. Happy New Year.
Hi, good morning. Happy New Year to you both. What an exciting day, January 1st.
It is, and I love your energy. I feel like you just are going to give us a little more energy. You know,
listen, I have two small kids, so I didn't make midnight last night, so I got some energy this morning.
I'm kind of nervous to go home because obviously I went to bed before my kids did. I don't know who made it and who didn't. But when it comes to travel today, you know, let's talk about some of the things that we could be encountering.
Yeah, so we're seeing some weather patterns up in the northwest and the northeast. You all have talked to it. Now, I also am seeing that the south looks clear. So I'm always watching one place in this country. It's just kind of my habit. I'm watching Atlanta. How's Hartsfield-Jackson International looking? And
You're not
today,
the only one.
it looks pretty good because that's Delta's major hub. So we could have some delays up in the northeast, specifically the New York-Boston area. That looks a little rough. That lake effect snow is going to be coming in. So watch that area carefully. And we did see that there was some de-icing going on earlier in Pittsburgh and Akron, which also makes for a little bit of a tricky situation getting home. But those of you who are heading home today, you should have, hopefully, fingers crossed, if you're not going on one of those places we mentioned, a hopefully smooth day getting home if you're leaving today.
Yeah, looking at the big board here, we're also seeing de-icing coming in now out of Albuquerque. So even Albuquerque is getting some de-icing. It just popped up not long ago. So we're watching that closely with you. What about this weekend and leading up to this? A lot of volume other than the weather. Are any areas dealing with the ripple effect of all that's been going on leading up to the travel period going home now?
Yeah, so obviously this weekend is going to be our major travel period home. And some of those things, if there are weather patterns or something shuts down or an airport goes to a ground stop, the delays and cancellations kind of pile up. So here's what I want to say to everybody if you're dealing with that. Number one is always don't panic. A lot of people panic if they get backed up or they're delayed. Keep in mind those new Department of Transportation rules, because 3 hours for domestic flights, if you're delayed, 6 hours for international, you're entitled to a refund. And make sure to try to be aware of your surroundings. Are you in an area where you might be able to pop to another airport if you're in a major city that may not be delayed? There's a lot of things you can do. Rebook on your app quickly. Don't forget that there are representatives, if you're a member of those airline clubs, to rebook you as well. Those are all great options to get home if you get stuck or significantly delayed.
Yeah.
So let's think ahead with that in mind.
Yeah.
We're looking at what could be the first big snowstorm of 2025, taking shape Sunday into Monday. And this, unfortunately, is bringing up an icing concern. And of course, we don't have a magic 8-ball, and we're still far out in the forecast to nail down the cities. But St. Louis could be an icing problem. A lot of folks all the way over to Roanoke, Virginia. So when do you start to get the heads up from the airlines? We're going to give travel vouchers or an idea that you can rebook without a fee. When is the window?
Yeah, so you're going to start to see that probably about 48 hours before till it actually happens. This is why it's really important to set those notification alerts from your airline. The best place to get those are going to be on the airline website or on your app to be able to enable those notifications so that you're notified when that window happens. Depending on the severity of the storm, sometimes it might get a little bit out there. We've seen that in hurricane seasons before where you're able to rebook, but you're going to want to make sure to keep your eye on that generally about 48 hours before your flight. So you could hit that rebook button should you choose, or you could choose to roll the dice and see what happens along the way with your flight. Because I know the airlines are going to do whatever they can to keep people moving and keep people getting to their destination.
Yeah, so good. And we'll be watching that closely. It's a forecast that we keep updating, so this will help out. Hey, we appreciate you. Great energy. I hope you have a great start to the new year with your family. That is president and founder. You're welcome. Of Travelmation, Adam Duckworth. Have a great year.
Happy New Year, Adam.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Craig and Britta. Awesome to be with you. Happy New Year.
We love having you too. Take care.